I just wish it wasn't a contention, bro, because it is a contention. Fucking other people don't agree with us
Uh,
on that take.
nope, no siree. All right,
And some
welcome
people think it's
back,
fine.
everyone. This is gonna be a quick little stream because I gotta go, and as you can tell, I've got my bags packed over there. And they're not really packed; they're all just kind of clumped together because I didn't pack last night like I should have. So. And I gotta leave in about 30 minutes to hopefully make it on time to babysit my niece so that my brother and sister-in-law can actually make it for their second anniversary dinner. So we got this, folks.
Yeah, woo. Sorry, I'm posting to
You
let
go
people
for it. You
know.
go for it. Today we're gonna be
Okay,
talking about the Hawkeye,
let's roast the shit out of this
the
show.
Hawkeye show. Which the reason I didn't pack last night was because we stayed up after work to watch the finale, which was not worth it.
The
Not
whole
worth it
show
at all.
wasn't fucking worth it,
No,
man.
not at
I
all.
like, and you know,
Hold on, I think I gotta
I,
clean my camera. You
I
keep
guess
talking.
we have to go into this starting saying like, oh well, people like this show apparently. One of my favorite reviewers, Chris Stuckman, gave it pretty positive praise in the video he released this morning. You said that you were having to argue with people on social media last night about it, right?
With some of my friends about it because they watch it and they're like, I don't get why everyone's so mad about this show. It's actually really fun and good. And I was like, and I get why people like it, all right. But here's my first of all, before we even get into
I
it, because we're
don't.
gonna
I'll
wait.
be real honest with
I
you.
can
I don't
see
get
I can
it.
see why people like it because it's very dumbed down and sometimes like a fun show, you could say. I don't think it's that fun, but for some people it is. But what I will say before we get into like critiquing it
Mhm.
and all that is some people are always like, why do you have to be extra critical of shows that you like or all that? Or I don't even think we're being extra critical here. I think we're being our standard level of critical.
Yep.
But the reason why, because some people are just like, why don't you just have fun with a show that's meant to be fun and stuff? Okay, a show can be fun and can be good. And I think the moment we start letting that bar fall, is the moment that everything quality-wise starts to drop. I think you should still hold standards for a fun show to still be a good show. It can be fun and bad in a way and still be good, but this, to me, that wasn't the case. And so
I
I hate the argument
dude.
that you can't be critical and that you have to have fun with everything, because then it's like, okay, let me just turn my
Mhm.
brain off for every single thing I consume and make sure it's just bad so I can enjoy it. If I have to turn my brain off for it to be good, it's not a good piece of art. I'm sorry.
I
Like,
also am really like, I mean, this will be a contentious statement, but like I'm really starting to think there's a large majority of Marvel fans who don't know the like what fun fucking is, or like they have this really contrived weird use of the word
eh,
fun that it's like anything that's not serious, they're just like, haha, funny man,
yeah.
it's good. Marvel joke, tee hee. It doesn't matter, there's no fucking logic in some parts, or that it's just like mind-numbingly stupid. Like I can't even like I
And
feel like a hypocrite.
we can't even say we hate Marvel
Oh,
movies or stuff because
nope.
we love a lot of Marvel movies and we
We've
loved
been over
Spider-Man. We
this.
gave Spider-Man the best praise,
Yep.
hands down, the best movie I've seen.
Go fucking check out our Shang-Chi review, where we also were like, yo, this was fucking great. I love the Fast and Furious movies. Arguably some of the stupidest fucking movies ever made, but they're super fucking fun. And I
Because
love
they are
them.
actually fun though. They're actually fun. They're not trying to be both
Oh,
fun and serious, but felt like
mm.
that was the case for the show. I don't know. So let's get into it, right? The issues with the show.
Can we just like say the good things real quick, because it's small
Yeah.
enough
I
list
agree.
that we can just kind of get them out. I think I literally listed it off to you last night.
Yep.
The
Yes.
following things I like. I like deaf representation. I think it's great. I think the scene with
Deaf, not deaf.
Hawkeye, deaf, not deaf.
Yeah.
uh, him talking with his son on the phone, and Kate Bishop having to write down all of his son's words and stuff, and the communication, I thought was
Very
really
tear
excellent.
jerking. I like
Yep.
literally teared up watching that. I was like, wow, that was
Uh,
really powerful.
love ASL in modern media. It's great. We should see more of it. Like, deaf characters are awesome. What were some of the other things? I know that wasn't the only big
His
one.
talk with Kate Bishop about how
Yep.
he feels post Natasha
Yeah, I
dying,
thought that was great.
and
I thought Jeremy Renner's Hawkeye was fine. Him coming back and doing it. I think he always does a great job with this role. That was great. Um,
I think his relationship with Kate was also pretty good overall.
his relationship for the most part was pretty good. A little tropey, but that's okay. I'm gonna
Very
let it slide
tropey.
because
Yep.
it's Marvel. Uh,
Yeah.
Damn.
Cause
I feel like there was more
here's the
last night,
thing,
but
a
like I
lot of
don't know,
those
man.
moments were so powerful and so good. Like the relationship at times, it's very cliche and tropey. You can guess what the show's gonna do from beginning to end, and that is my biggest issue with the show, and that's why it's bad. Is you can still be fun and kind of dumbed down, but don't do exactly what every audience member is expecting. But that relationship, really good.
Yep.
Him talking about his relationship with Nat and why he doesn't want
Yep.
another partner shows like the intensity and the depth of Hawkeye's character, which we don't really see in the movies as much, and he's lost a lot of people throughout the movies, Pietro being another key factor. So it's just like they have such cool moments that they really shine with Hawkeye, and then they just kind of throw it out the window in the next scene with a
Oh.
dumb Marvel joke, and I'm like,
Yeah, I liked the beginning with the LARPers. I thought that was fun for the first time. Only that time.
yeah.
The trick arrows were cool, I guess.
Yeah, I like the trick arrows. I still like most
Yeah.
of the trick arrows.
I that last episode was a little frustrating with them, but that's okay. I'm all right with that. And then there was one other thing. Fuck, what was it? Oh, I like the guy who played Swordmaster. I thought Swordmaster. I wish he would have done more, but I thought the guy that they got for him, I thought was like excellent. You know, I
Yeah.
only know a little bit about Swordmaster, but like he really fit in with the kind of personification, the easy personification of
Yep.
Swordmaster. So they got the right guy for him, looks wise and personality wise. So
Yeah.
I was fine with him as well. Other than that,
The issues.
Yeah.
Bum bum
Yeah.
bum. So let's see. Where do I want to start with this? I want to hit on the good, the cliche first. The cliche parts. We're also spoilers if you haven't seen it. The finale. The finale of the show. The very end of the show. Again, you can guess what this show is going to do from beginning to end. Literally, the first episode we watched, our friend Aiden said, "Oh, look, he doesn't want Kate as a partner." And then I'm guessing by the last episode, he's going to call her partner. Whoa, what a shock. Oh, Yelena coming in trying to assassinate him. I'm guessing by the last episode, Yelena's going to try to assassinate him, and then they're going to have a deep talk and not assassinate him. Oh, and then Kingpin getting introduced.
I hated the fucking. It was a Martha moment.
Yeah.
It was literally a Martha
Literally a
moment.
Martha Wayne
It was
moment from
so-
Batman versus Superman. It was whistle.
I
Hold
hate
up,
how
I'm
they,
not
they
gonna
were
kill you in it.
they were literally fighting, and one of us was like, "Yo, this is gonna literally just be a Martha moment where he's gonna say something that Nat would know, and then she's gonna be like, oh, jeez."
Remember how I said you
Whoa.
were a liar and that you weren't really Matt's friend, but since you know that whistle changes my viewpoint completely. Like, I get it. The whistle was a big thing, but she was so staunch that he was lying about the whole thing. Why then wouldn't he be lying about being close friends with Nat? Why he could still have been close friends with Nat and betrayed her at the end and just been a liar the whole time.
Like,
Not saying that he was, but
that part doesn't even matter anymore. 'Cause she acknowledged he did and it was such an awkward like storyboarding. She acknowledged that like, oh, okay, Nat sacrificed herself. Fine. You should have tried harder to sacrifice yourself. That's what she told him, right? So it wasn't even about like betraying anymore. It was more of like you should have died, not Nat. He does the fucking whistle thing, and her whole fucking anger thing just resolves itself right there. Where she's just like, damn, well,
but
okay.
then to move on with the cliches, the final cliche was the finale where, oh, Kingpin has a gun to his face from Maya, and then camera pans off. Bullet shot. Whoa, he must be dead. Oh my god, totally by second season, episode 1, or whenever the next Daredevil show comes out, he's definitely not going to be alive, and someone definitely didn't just snipe Maya or some bullshit. Like, why are you doing every cliche in the book? That's my problem. That is so cliche. Everyone on social media, too, is just like, oh, that Wilson Fisk thing was actually... Even the friends that liked the show told me, yeah, that was pretty dumb because you know that he didn't die. That was just there for a really shock factor that did not shock anyone at all but had everyone face-palming. Like, that's why I'm saying this show was cliche from start to end. Oh, my God. And
It
what
was like,
happened
why-
start to end?
Why did they include Kingpin, Nikita?
Literally, just to get, I think just to boost up Spidey. I think that's it. I think just to boost
I
up
think
Spidey.
it's just to boost ratings, honestly.
'Cause
Just to be like, you know.
No shot did they use him as a compelling villain when they had 1, 6 other villains in the show, and 2, he gets bodied by a college girl. That's it. She has no skill. She's an Olympian athlete. That's the skill that they use.
That
Yeah,
was the running. That was the running meme that we did when we were watching. Is that all the shit that Kate does is because she's an Olympic athlete, and I'm fine with using that as an excuse for the most part of like being a hero and being like, oh,
and
she's like
as a
trained in her
start off
own
point
way.
and
Yeah,
beating the
yeah,
tracksuit mafia,
exactly.
sure, I'm
It's
there.
just more of like, oh damn, well fuck Daredevil. I guess fuck anybody else who's fought Wilson Fisk, because like, I mean,
Because they don't have the skill as Kate Bishop. I mean, she did
Kate Bishop was
fencing
able to
in
take him
college.
out
I mean,
without a
and
problem.
archery. She's an Olympian athlete. And then also Yelena too. In that, also, can I just say Yelena's character terrible? Like, stop using the fucking Russian accent. As a Russian Ukrainian myself, stop using the accent. It's so bad. I had non-Russian friends saying, "Yeah, this is terrible." I was like, "Yes, it throws you off." Like, Natasha doesn't have the accent in show. Why? Because she adjusted to American life. You're telling me Yelena, an international spy, has not adjusted her accents, like an English accent, a Spanish accent? No. Stop using the accent. It's so bad. Every time she's on screen, I actually want to slam my face into my desk. But aside from that, somehow she's like kind of, working around Kate the entire time, and then Kate just outplays her at the end there. I'm like, how good is Kate, and how useless is every other Marvel character that an Olympian athlete can fight off a Shield, Black Widow, and mafia mob martial artist? Like,
I mean, it just kind of makes them look like tools for later movies, I
yes.
guess. I mean, like the excuse that I could give again with Yelena, the only excuse I'll give to her is that maybe she was holding back in regards to fighting Kate Bishop. But I mean, the counterpoint to even that is just saying, well, like, you don't have to like just knock her out.
Yes.
Even if it comes to like not even like a hard blow to the head, just like get
A pressure
behind her, and
point.
put her in a chokehold. Like, yeah, literally, it's that easy.
You're telling
Like,
me Yelena doesn't know about pressure points? I'm
yeah,
sorry, what?
it's just like, I
It's
don't.
just, and
Can,
so
can you give us a count over how many villains we had for this show? I know you mentioned it earlier that
we
we had
had
about six other ones
seven,
outside
six
of
or
Kingpin.
seven villains. Okay, starting off, you have Kingpin, who wasn't revealed to the end. You've got Maya / Echo. You have the tracksuit mafias. You have Kate's mom. You have kind of Jack as a pseudo villain. He
Yeah,
wasn't really a villain at the end, but was
they like tease at it because they're like,
the
oh, is he
very
bad,
first
or,
episode, he's set to be the antagonist, essentially, is
Yep.
what they tease. You have Yelena, and then maybe Jack's uncle you could also count as a villain there near the
Oh,
beginning.
I didn't even think about him. He also kind of was an antagonist.
And that, I think that was the 7. But, like,
Oh yeah, did you say Echo's partner? Because that was the
Echo's
other one.
partner, yeah, I guess you
Yep.
can count as the other one. So 7 to 8 villains, you could argue. And literally throughout the whole show, what do you get? Nothing. Jack ends up being he ends up kind of being a good guy at the end, which is cool.
He just ends up being like he just ends up kind of being like a dude. Like that was I thought was like the most awkward. I mean, like it was cool seeing
it
him
was
sword
such a
fight
weird
the
transition, but
mafia, but it was just kind of like, oh, like you're
sword fighting mafia members who have guns and won't use them against you for whatever reason. But like Jack was a cool character. Still, at the very end, you get 2 minutes maybe max of him being good, and that's it. Kate's mom, who's just kind of like, oh, I don't want to harm Kate. Oh, but let me be super rude and fucked up with Kate. Let me be a horrible parent to Kate, but I don't want to mess up Kate. And then gets jailed at the end and tells Kate, is this what heroes do? Lock their mothers up in Christmas?
It was the cringiest line.
Planned an assassination. Are you kidding me? And then Tracksuit Mafia, who at the end gave stormtroopers a run for their money for being so bad. Missing just every shot in the book.
So I was thinking about it, right? Because like the gun thing frustrated the hell out of me, that like you have all these people with guns, and like they tried to explain it away when he did the magnet arrow to get most of the guns like stuck up on the pole.
Just like
even
already
after that,
5 minutes after they're on the ice rink too, where they
what
could have
I was
just
gonna
shot
say
them.
is like we see even after those people are taken care of, that lots of other people come in new vans and they're all carrying like pistols and stuff like that. So it's like we had that problem with it, and the other major problem that we had is that this is happening in Rockefeller Plaza, right? One of those like popular tourist destinations in New York City. You're telling me that cops are not going to be like streaming to this place as soon as like gunshots are coming off and stuff like that? It literally, to fix those two problems, this is what you fucking do. You have a small scene where one of the funny tracksuit mafia guys goes to grab a gun before they get in the van, and one of his buddies goes, no, we're not using guns, we're only using melee weapons so that it attracts less attention to the cops and stuff like that. We don't want them swarming the plaza when we're doing this mass onset.
And if a guy's
Bam.
like, well, don't we want to kill him? Oh, well, he's only got a bow and arrow. How hard is he to kill?
Legit,
Joke.
oh my
There you go.
God,
There's your Marvel
literally.
formula. There you go.
Oh
Throw
my
it in.
God, and that's literally perfect. Then you just do a cut back over to them, and it's them in the middle of fighting a bunch of fucking people. But no, they give them guns, and they're just like, yo,
Blasting it to a rich plaza, by the way, like a rich gala that's going
they're
on.
the worst. They're the worst fucking shots since sliced bread. Not to mention the fact that their leader, Echo's second in command, the guy who wants to fight her or like take over her position or whatever. The stupidest scene in the movie. He's using a sniper rifle from the long distance away. Uses a laser pointer, which I guess he felt like he needed, and for every time he uses it, it fucking gives away his position.
Every single time. Both CT trying to kill Jeremy Renner. The dot is right there, and instead of just at least taking the shot right away, Jeremy Renner has like 10 seconds to be like,
Yo, laser pointer?
Oh, what do you think is gonna happen?
My favorite part was when Hawkeye was looking out for him, and he didn't even know where Hawkeye was, and like it panned over to him looking at the building, and it clearly gave him away when you could see the fucking red dot in the window, and I'm like, bro, well, like,
how stupid do you have to be? So he's one. So he's there. You go. He's just stupid. And then Maya, who was like kind of set to be could be a cool character, had really weird motivations at times, and then did nothing throughout the show besides fight her second in command and tried to shoot Kingpin, but clearly didn't actually successfully shoot him. She was also useless throughout the show.
I wish they would have made her more dangerous in some way, that she went to go instead of like the whole I also was like kind of an Olympic athlete growing up, and that's how I trained myself. I wish that she had like gone off to like Kingpin had like trained her by assassins or something like that, man. Make her the main bad guy. Her motivation of wanting to get revenge.
Hawkeye's family too.
That also worked. Well, that's what I was gonna say. Her revenge motivation. Her revenge motivation was like extremely parallel to like Ronan's revenge motivation. What happened to him during Endgame? That's a perfect setup. Like that's a perfect comparison between the two characters, and it sets for the best dynamic in terms of like building up a story of like letting go of revenge and like having an emphasis on like what it means to like live life and stuff like that, or whatever themes you want to chase from that narrative that get sidewinded by like a bajillion other fucking things that are going on that are inconsequential to whatever main plot or story you're trying to get. When we finished the series last night, I was like, what was I supposed to take away from that? And I guess you don't have to take away something.
The takeaway, Gino, was Hawkeye and Home Alone 2. Like, that's it. It was literally you could have had such a cool series. And here's the thing. For me, what I want out of all the Marvel Disney TV shows, which I've gotten from almost the rest of them at least a little bit, is make me more interested in this character. I was more interested in Sam Wilson, more interested in Winter Soldier, more interested in Wanda, more interested in Loki. All that. I came out going like, oh, I might even read a comic or two of these. This did not make me any more interested in Hawkeye and Kate Bishop at all. Yeah. It was literally just like you could have had such a cool and in-depth story about Hawkeye and how powerful his like motivations are and stuff with teaching Kate Bishop, and instead it's Hawkeye and Home Alone 2. Like that is it.
Now, we have to move up to our wrap up here because we've got about like 5 minutes left. But you've read the supposed comic that this was not like totally like fully based off of, but they took inspiration from in regards to the art style and kind of the vibe that they were going for. Can you speak a little bit more onto the comparison, perhaps, like what the comic accomplished versus like what this show failed to get from that accomplishment, I suppose. I don't know if that makes sense to you. If you could just do like a comparison. I'm trying to make it simple.
I see. They were definitely trying to draw some inspiration from Fraction's run. It didn't. Like Fraction's run, you do see Hawkeye at a low point, and he is a little more jokey, trying to be like, you know what, this is just life. This is what it means to be Hawkeye. Fuck it. And they get that aspect with Hawkeye and Kate's relationship, where Kate is like, no, you're more than just that. Like, you can be a symbol and a hero for a lot of people. You're not just bow and arrow guy. And they play to that. But the comic, then the story and the plot around the comic still focus on them actually developing as heroes, and Kate Bishop actually kind of becoming a badass hero by the end of the run and proving to be like not even just Hawkeye's partner, but the next Hawkeye near the end there. And Fraction's run at least has like a good balance between like, yeah, you put in jokes, but you still have serious moments and moments that are just like really, really show off Hawkeye's skill, Hawkeye's intellect, and his role as a hero in the Marvel universe. I don't want to go any more into that because I think you should really read it, but like, so you'll even see like essentially a tracksuit mafia in Fractions Run and stuff. Not exactly the same, but like they play that and they're not useless in Fractions Run. Here it is literally just like everything has to be dumbed down and there's no depth to it whatsoever. It's just Hawkeye is bow and arrow guy, uses some cool arrows and gets back home for Christmas. That is it. They don't take any of the like actually building up Kate's character from Fractions Run and actually showing more to like Hawkeye's character besides those two key scenes about Natasha and him talking to his son. Which is a shame because like Fractions Run is like people love it and it's what got a lot of people into Hawkeye.
It helped. I was going to say it helped revitalize Hawkeye. That was the whole point of the comic being made.
So
I appreciate it. I think that's a great answer.
Yeah.
Kind of what I was looking for there because I haven't read it yet. I plan to here soon, but.
Yeah, and my only other complaint, I just want to hit on it, the LARPers. Oh God, they were so overused. The LARPers were really cool.
I liked them in that first scene.
They were cool, funny, creative. I remember all of us going like, that was actually really fun. Like we liked that.
Mm-hmm.
And then they're just overused throughout the series. They're kind of pointless. And by the very end, these guys are firefighters and policemen. They're trying to evacuate a building and they're failing horrendously. Like they're just like, oh God, we can't do this. But wait, we're trained professionals, but this just isn't enough. You know what we got to do? Put on our LARPer uniforms and then try to evacuate everyone. Do everything we're doing beforehand, but just wear LARPing uniforms. That will get people to listen to us. No, if someone like that was telling me that, I'd be like, who the fuck are you? And if they told me they're a police officer, I'd be like, you are lying. There's no shot. Like,
so I'll tell you two things. First of all, they would have fucking gotten fired for that fiasco when all the other ones are approaching them. They're like, we're cops. I'm like, dude, y'all would be fired for being involved in all of this. Second of all, like. Yeah, you know me. I'm big into role-playing games. I'm big into LARPing. I think LARPing is like super cool and stuff like that. It was the cringest shit I have ever seen.
Gino is the biggest D&D LARPing nerd you will ever meet. Bro. And if he is saying is cringe, that is cringe. I am sorry.
There was nothing more than them being like, I can't remember the fucking line specifically, but when they were like, yeah, we gotta go do something because we've been trained, but we need to do something more than just that. Let's go put on our LARPing outfits. That'll really help people be
it's one thing if they at least wore. I thought they were gonna wear like superhero outfits that they made for themselves, but LARPing outfits.
It's literally just LARPing outfits. Made zero sense. Well, because like I was like, I don't know. To me, it just like is kind of a spit in the face to like first responders and shit like that. It would have been actually like a cool moment for them to be like, oh, we brought like our gear or our outfits like as backup in order to like help like clear the space for Hawkeye and the crew. And it would be like that's an instance of like everyday real life heroes, which is something I think Marvel likes to highlight every now and then anyways.
Yeah,
so like I mean like I know like ACAB is like a huge thing right now, but like they weren't even all cops. Like some of them were firefighters and stuff like that, man. And like nobody's got a problem with fucking people who are working in ambulances and fire trucks, right? Like have those.
One thing you're trying to rag on cops. All right, I'm there with you. Firefighters and EMTs, like, why you gotta make them look useless? I just don't get it. Oh my God. Oh boy. Well, that's
my name's Gino. I fucking hated that show.
My name's Nikita. I think I'm depressed.
Yeah,
We're
this is
your resident nerds. And be sure to follow and like on YouTube. Check out our review for Spider-Man if you haven't. Definitely go see that in theaters.
It's a lot more upbeat and happy than this one. I'm not gonna lie. You should just go check. This one's just kind of like I was so depressed last night.
If you want to watch a worse Home Alone 2, that's basically what it was. All right, Gino. Thumbnail faces. This is mine.
Oh wait, hold on. I gotta do like an arrow.
All right, there we go. He's got it. Oh boy, oh boy, oh boy. Hey, thank you guys for listening. I think we have like four to five viewers, but really appreciate you guys watching. Hopefully you liked it. Again, sorry if we ragged on the show too much. It just had issues, but we do love Marvel and we do love comics and anime.
I was going to say, this is included in the end. Like, if you like the show, please tell us why. Please, for God, do not just say it was fun. I'll blow my brains out if I hear that one more time about this show. But yeah. Yeah.
But and feel free to check out our YouTube, TikTok, Instagram, all at Your Resident Nerds. You can see all of our reviews. Again, we are more upbeat than this, I promise. But otherwise, I am now going to quickly finish packing, run to the store, get gas, and go to my brother's to go babysit my niece now for Christmas. Love y'all.
I'm gonna go to work. See you.
Woo! Merry Christmas, folks.